Hello, guys. It's me, not Mel, once again, with my boys, Dawg, Crazy Redneck, and last but not least, Baro. We're back with another episode. Today, we're talking about the parallel universe. So, I'm gonna nominate Crazy Redneck because he's the most genius guy to explain what a parallel universe is. Take it away, Redneck.
I don't know what this is, man. Uh, a parallel universe, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know a lot about this to be honest, is where there is like almost like multiple realities. Like there's multiple of you, in which different like events occur. You make different decisions, and you live in different places. So like in one reality, you could be a Caucasian male with blonde hair, blue eyes, and then in another reality, you could be an African man in like a tribe or something.
What are you
Another
talking
reality,
about?
you can be a ginger, right?
Yeah, like, well, I mean, that's
No,
my unfortunate current reality, but
well,
and then the other one you
apologies
could
to her.
be Hitler for all we know. I mean, we don't know, and
It's like
that's
a
kind of
Rick
like,
and
well,
Morty concept.
yeah, yeah,
Who knows?
like,
Who knows? Who knows?
yeah, it's like you could on one reality you could live on planet Earth, on the other one we could be the Green Men on like Mars or some crap like that. Like, it's all kinds of different stuff, man. Like, it's like you, but in like a billion different circumstances.
The multiverse.
Yeah, man, dude, don't even get me started on that. No, that I kept thinking, dadgummit, I thought the metaverse. Dude, that thing's weird. That really freaks me out.
The
That is the
metaverse.
weirdest thing ever.
The metaverse.
Like, I don't know,
Dadgummit.
I
I
like,
meant well, I meant the metaverse. Dadgummit.
dadgummit. I thought, I don't know, I like the metaverse to me, I get like VR chat, but like from Mark Zuckerberg.
We'll see what it is.
That's the kind of like the vibes I get off of it. It's like weird, man. What
It's
about you,
very.
Metal? Are you a metaverse enjoyer?
Uh, uh, okay, so the little research I did, like that research,
Mm-hmm.
so I mean the scientists, many scientists around the world, like they they have this theory, but they like agree on one single theory, which is many worlds interpretation. Uh, it's not like a law or reality. It's just a theory, but scientists, agree on this. It can be like a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
So, what manual interpretation is? Your every action, like, it creates a new universe. Like, whatever action you do, it creates just another parallel universe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the closest example will be a simple example will be, you know, when you mess up, big time, you then like sit down and you regret. I shouldn't have done that.
Mm-hmm.
Like happened to best of us.
Mm-hmm.
You go through that scenario again and I like you know
Yeah.
replay that scenario. How should I have done this? How should I have done that? You know, Everybody does that. I mean, you are looking at many versions of yourselves. I
Right.
mean, this is also like interpretation of a parallel universe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm already
That's
very
trippy, man.
lost.
Like, imagine like, okay, this probably look the most out of pocket thing ever, but like Hitler, right? What if Hitler like made one decision? No, 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 not Hitler. You know the guy who like had the opportunity to shoot Hitler, but was like, you know what? Nah, fam.
No.
I
Like,
had to
imagine in
like
another
the
universe, he actually shot him. Like, how
wasn't
that
that
would.
like during the Reich storming of the Reichstag or something?
That was during World War I.
Oh, World War I. I thought this was
Yeah.
like.
No,
Oh my bad.
Hitler was the
Sure,
the
it's
German army
the
in World
Well,
War
yeah,
One.
several
no,
times
I know, but I
afterward.
thought he was like he only ever had like dealt with like a gas attack.
No, like he could have died because like there's like literally a soldier. I think it was American. I don't know though. I have
Oh
to look
shit,
that up.
you're
But
right,
he like
dude.
had him right between the sights. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna let this guy go. Worst decision of that man's life.
Wait,
Like,
Yeah, I
imagine
just
having that
barely remember
decision.
learning about that.
Yeah, like the dude literally had the opportunity to like save millions of lives potentially. It was just like, you know what?
Private Henry Tandy, a British soldier serving near
British.
the French
Of
village
course
of
it's British.
Marcoing, reportedly encounters a wounded German soldier and declines to shoot him, sparing the life of Adolf Hitler.
Of course it was British. It's always the British and the Europeans that bring us our world problems.
Honestly, though.
Like literally, like there's always something going down over there that's like affecting literally everyone.
Yeah, like the Queen died yesterday. Fucking everyone's talking about
Yeah.
it.
And like, the Ukraine's in Europe.
Mm,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ukraine's in Europe. That's kind of a like the world's biggest deal now for some reason.
God, it doesn't. Don't make any
Oh,
sense.
it's just Vogue things. I'll
Yeah,
support
it's
the
well,
current things.
like who here knew that since I think it was 2020, it might have been 2021, there has literally been a civil war in Ethiopia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
Bro,
nobody
aren't
talks
there
about the poor
wars like all the
Ethiopians, man.
time in like Africa
No,
and
it's
stuff? I don't
Ethiopia,
know.
so
Yeah, like a lot of people don't even know Ethiopia exists.
Well, I'm sure
E-
you probably don't know it exists, but
California education.
Yeah,
oh my god.
man. You know
Right,
what? If you
going.
think about it though,
Uh,
or like all the countries in the world, right? Like you got North America or continents, North America, South America. Like kind of the place where you get the least of the problems that affect like the whole world is honestly like Africa.
Bro.
What happens in Africa frequently? Like not like this happens and this happens, this happens in Africa that affects the entirety of the whole world. I mean, some
cobalt
happens, but
mines,
not
lithium
not nearly as
mines,
much as like
or else
Europe
just nah, South America.
or Asia. Europe and Asia are kind of like the two that just like
Yeah, it's first
screws
world
everybody
countries.
over.
Yeah, it's major countries.
And then
That's
Antarctica, you can
what
say,
it's
well,
called.
Antarctica, yeah. But if you
Well,
like,
Antarctica is a separate world entirely under the ice, so I don't
yeah,
even justify. Yeah, we
it's,
established that concept already. Come on, guys.
like, come on, man. Like, I don't know, like the whole like God, I keep wanting to call it like the multiverse, the whole like parallel universe thing. It's all like trippy, man. Like, imagine like two like universes like collide or whatnot. And then, like you just see you as like a carbon copy of
Imagine like
yourself.
the different like scenarios that could come up from alternate universes as well.
Yeah, like there could be like billions of them.
You could
Like
like come up with
hundreds.
so many like hypothetical situations.
Yeah, like what if like say you're outside doing something and like you decided just to go make a sandwich, something that small, like you just want to go make a sandwich. What if you didn't go and make that sandwich and you got done quicker?
What?
Or like you didn't decide to make the sandwich and then something happened in the time it took to make that and like you got like hurt or something. Like you
What?
can think of like so many different ways to kind of like change things.
No.
Speaking of the Nazis,
Oh my god.
have you watched The Man in High Castle?
No.
No, actually.
Never heard of it.
Okay, so it's I think it's a show. I think
Hmm.
So the thing about the High Castle is it's just Nazi Germany, but in parallel universe. I mean, in parallel universe, Nazi Germany and the Japan are two superpowers, and they are like ruling the world. But
Oh yeah.
I mean, in like perfect parallel universe theory, the two parallel worlds don't like correlates or coincides. They
Hmm.
don't like get together. They cross each other path. But
Hmm.
for some physics magic reason, they crossed each other path. So and they saw, hey, it's not Nazi Germany like the superpower. It's the America's superpower in the real world. You
Hmm.
know, this is all the Man in High Castle.
Sounds like a fever dream in the 40s.
Yes, sir. It is.
See, have you seen that one movie? I haven't seen it. I don't even remember the name of it, but like I'm pretty sure like Clint Eastwood's son played in it. I could be wrong about that. but it was supposed to be terrible. It was another one of those like movies off Nazi Germany invented zombies, or like some invented like demons and all that kind of crap. Man, that's just such a like little segments I watched were so bad, dude. I mean, like it was like it's like it seemed like a well-made movie, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But just like everything about it just sucked.
It had the production value, but it just was
Yeah,
written and acted bad.
yeah. I was like, that's the whole plot and the theme of it. Like, it's just terrible. But like, it was kind of heartbreaking. 'Cause I feel like I don't know. Have you guys? Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of movies and Nazi zombies and crap, have you guys seen that one movie? Like Red versus Dead, I think is the name of it.
Red versus Dead.
Yes.
What's it dead?
Yeah, I
Dude,
think it's the
is it
second one.
just like
It's the second
your
one.
your own fantasy film or?
No. This is a real film. Let me. I don't remember the guy.
No, guys, trust me. This is real. This is real.
Yeah, this is real.
I,
Okay.
let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay, it's Dead Snow 2. Red versus Dead. That is the good one. Okay. It was made in 2014. Let's see. Okay, it's a Norwegian film. That's probably why you haven't heard it. There is an English version though. Is it Dead Snow 2 or is it Dead? Man, it's one of the Dead Snows. I think it's.
Oh, Dead Snow. I thought you said Red Dead.
I did. It's
Yes.
Red versus Dead. But yeah, Red Snow.
Oh.
Dead Snow rather. But dude, man, I love that movie so much. It's so funny. It's essentially a comedy sort of type deal with Nazi zombies. Essentially, the way the movie goes is these people went up in the mountains. They're Norwegian or something like that, and they go up on vacation, right? And they're in this cabin and all that. Everything's going great. Stereotypical like 2014 movie stuff. And then they find like gold in the cabin, lots of gold, right? And they're like, haha, we struck it rich, yada yada yada. So they take the gold. That gold has a curse on it though. So if it's stolen, Nazi zombies come out. And they end up like tearing everybody up there apart. And this is kind of funny. It kind of like gives you a flashback to the first movie, which I don't think there's an English version of, where the guy found the gold. Like there was big kerfuffle, everything was getting thrown everywhere and all that crap. And he found the gold. His girlfriend came up to him and touched him, right? He had an axe in his hand now. So he turned around and put the axe like right in her neck and killed his girlfriend. This is important. So he ends up like the zombies chasing him. He ends up getting bit or scratched. So he takes a chainsaw to his arm. He literally like, okay, I'm sure everybody here has seen a chainsaw.
Oh no.
And you know, like,
No, I've never seen a chainsaw in my entire life.
Yeah,
What's a
'cause you're
chainsaw?
liberal.
Yes.
But you know the part where you, unless you're left-handed, where you like, pull the trigger. Well, this dude, I kid you not, held it with one hand by that, bro, and then just off with the other hand. Well, all ends up trying to drive away, right? Well, there's like this one head zombie. He's like leading them all. He ends up like grabbing his car as he's driving away. He ends up crashing, and the leader zombie arm gets chopped off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they all get the gold and they go away. People find him, they take him to the hospital, all that, and he ends up getting the zombie arm put on him. They put his arm back
This
on,
is
but it's
the
a zombie's arm, right? And
genius movie of all time.
it's hilarious, dude.
Bro,
He ends up getting super strength with that one arm, right? Because it's like Satan's arm. So like, and it turns out, he had one single piece of gold in his pocket when he crashed that stayed in there. So they're still after him for that one piece of gold, right? Well, long story short, he's in a hospital. He's arrested because he murdered his girlfriend. They figured that out. So he breaks out. He somehow, I don't remember exactly how, but he knocked out a kid, right? And he tries to perform CPR on this kid. Well, here's the thing. He has super strength and that one arm, right? So when he goes to put the first chest compression down, he ends up pressing so hard on the kid's chest that he goes straight through it. And he just kills the kid. And then as soon as that happens, a cop comes and like points a gun at him. So as any Giga Chad would, there was a Mercedes next to him, and it had the Mercedes star like on the hood, kind of sticking up. This absolute Chad broke that off and just straight up like ninja starred that into the guy's forehead and killed him. Like it's the, it's the stupidest movie I've ever seen, but it's really funny and really entertaining. It's hilarious. Like the zombies eventually end up fighting a tank, a tiger tank, right, at a museum, and of course it works, but it's out of fuel, right? But there just so happened to be a bus of tourists there that they killed all the tourists for us, and they needed to get fuel from the bus to the tank. So what they did is they ripped somebody's intestine out and used it as a siphon hose.
This is so dumb.
I'm not even joking, dude. And the tank just fired up. Oh, and another thing the guy can do with his zombie hand. And since he has that cool zombie hand, he can actually raise people from the dead, which he did to some like lady or dude, I don't remember. So, I think it was a short-haired lady, and he raised her from the dead into like their little zombie friend. And they got stuck. They was going somewhere in their car. I don't remember when. Where I mean, they got stuck, right? So they got her, and after she just puked in the car and ate her own puke, they got her out, and they used her as traction by putting both her legs, like they basically put a crotch right there where the tire was, and just did a burnout. It's the funniest movie ever was, dude. You guys will love it.
Yeah, it sounds so
Really dumb.
entertaining.
I kid you not. They when people are running away from them and they have their tank, there's some like lady running away with her baby in a baby carriage, and they shoot the carriage, and the baby goes flying past the screen crying. Just where? It's hilarious. It's so stupid, but it's so great at the same time. And the worst part about it is you think this would be like, it would seem extremely low budget, right? Like this sounds like one of those movies that somebody just had an idea for and put like 20 bucks into. Man, this movie actually looks like it had a good budget. I kid you not, this looks like there like a lot of effort went into making this movie. It is hilarious. Like all the zombies, there's not a single zombie that like looks similar. They all have something else going on. Like it actually looked like there was a pretty good budget going in. Oh dang, I just had a picture of the baby flying past the screen. That's perfect. Let me show you guys. It's but yeah, it actually looks like it's actually had a good amount of money put into it. Let me show you guys the baby flying past the screen as a tank shot its
That
baby
is
carriage.
so dumb.
Is that not the funniest thing you've ever seen,
That
man?
is fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, and the zombie that the guy raised from the dead, they hired these zombie killers from America that came over there, right? The guy that they raised from the dead, the head zombie killer dude, he looks like a nerd, man. Here, let me show you a picture of him. He's the well, dang, the image won't load. There we go. The zombie killer guy sees a zombie and he ends up throwing an axe in its head 3 times. And the poor zombie gets rezzed like 8 times into the entirety of the movie. It's hilarious. Okay, let me show you the picture, guys. Let me send it to everybody. Okay, you see the guy on the far left? That's the expert zombie killer, who is an absolute nerd.
That nerd.
Yeah, he is the biggest nerd you've ever seen in your entire life. And the guy in the middle with like the green tracksuit, the arm that has the sleeve rolled up, that's the zombie arm. Okay. And the guys behind him are actually Soviet zombies that they raised near the end of the movie to fight off all the German zombies. Because
What?
he can like res people, right? So
What?
I remember, yeah, they was going to
Like the concept of zombies having like skin after like 80
yeah.
years of
It's
being in the ground decomposing.
like I
Or
kid you not, I
even in,
remember where they was going and they used that zombie as traction. Is they was actually going to a Soviet burial site where they buried a bunch of Soviets and stuff.
Hmm.
Well, it wasn't Soviet burial site. It was more of like a war crime site. and they were just left there or whatever. So he went there to res these dudes. If I'm not mistaken, he actually ends up fighting the guy in the green stuff. Ends up fighting the big one that's sitting right next to him, winning, and then then they fight together, and they fight the big bad Nazi zombies. Like, if you ever have a couple hours just to waste on a pretty funny movie, I highly recommend it. It's pretty funny, and it's actually not like super low quality to the fact where you don't want to watch it because it's so low quality. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
Now
it's
what?
not bad.
So that's your ideal vision of an alternate universe then?
Yeah, that's pretty spot on to me, man. Like, this absolute fever dream of a movie. Oh yeah, here's another funny part. Well, you know the museum that he's at that I was talking about? Okay, well the guy with the zombie arm and this gay dude. I think he's gay. If he's not gay, then I mean this guy needs to fix the stuff because he literally
He
seems
needs to be gay.
yeah he gives gay vibes. Like he acts gay everything, right?
Okay.
They end up
Okay.
being basically trapped in there. They can't get out because there's a bunch of zombies outside, right? And they're looking for him. So him and this gay guy, essentially what they end up doing is they end up They end up swapping places with dummies in the exhibit and just standing completely still. One of the zombies get like right next to this guy's face and just like just right in his face. Actually, here's a picture of it. Let me send you. Man, my phone is going off thinking I'm using like Siri or something. It's the dumbest thing ever. Why is this? I copied. Man, it's so stupid. Yeah, like if you guys ever, oh, it's too big. If you guys ever bored, want a funny movie to watch? Why is this dying? I highly recommend that. It's pretty funny. I mean, it's ridiculous, but it's a pretty funny movie. It's entertaining. That's for sure. Oh yeah, they beat a guy to death with a like cup. The zombies do. They literally just he's like sitting on the toilet. Some old dude. He's like married and everything, right?
Right.
And he's sitting on the toilet looking at like pictures of like farm girls. You know what I mean? Just
You just
just
say that's his thing is farm girls?
yeah. She's pouring milk on herself. Like the most stereotypical thing you've ever seen.
Oh, okay.
And then the zombie just comes up and like rips the paper out of her hand and then just like beats him with like I think the correct word like a goblet. It's like a gold cup looking thing. He just beats him in the head with it. It's hilarious, man.
Bro.
Blood goes. It's so bloody too. Like there's so much excess blood everywhere and anything. Like it's just literally everywhere. I love how this sounds like such a low quality, like low budget movie.
It really does though, that's the thing.
It's actually like it actually is, at least it looks like it had a pretty good budget. If they didn't, they actually did a pretty good job with the budget they had. Because like the zombies look really good. You know what I mean? And like everything just looks really good. Especially for 2014. I didn't know this movie was that old, which is mind-boggling. Almost 10 years ago. That does not. Dang, that's almost 10 years ago. That doesn't sit right with me. Oh yeah, at the very end, a little spoiler for you. But you're not
Oh,
gonna really
yeah.
be in it for the plot. It's just the
Yes.
goofiest thing you've ever seen. It's pretty funny. Like, it's got a pretty okay plot to it. It's really goofy though. At the very end of it, right? They're fighting the main zombie. The big Russian dude, big Russian zombie guy, gets killed by the German zombie. But
Nice.
essentially, what happens is the German zombie almost kills the guy in the green. You get ready to finish him off, right? And they're fighting on the tank. And then the tank hits a car and somehow gets stopped. I don't know. And then the nerd is fighting a zombie inside the tank. I think he might have hit a lever and stopped the tank. I don't remember. It's been forever. But the nerd's fighting a zombie in the tank. He ends up beating it, rotating the turret around, and blowing the lead zombie's head off. It's pretty okay-ish ending. It's not like the best it could have, but like for the nature of the whole movie,
Dude, it's like the slow-mo scenes at the end of Call of Duties.
yeah. Like I mean, oh yeah, oh dude, I almost forgot about the lady in the wheelchair. These people are running from the zombies, right?
Oh.
And there's this old lady like rolling away in a wheelchair down this like path. like one of those like stereotypical like England like European like muddy paths. You know what I mean? But the lady that's pushing her ends up, you know what? Like she's like, you know what? Screw this, Grandma. You're too slow. I gotta go, man. So Grandma ends up having to wheel herself. Grandma ends up tipping backwards. The zombie catches up with her and ends up kicking her skull in.
It's
It's so
needless
goofy,
death.
man. It is so goofy. Oh yeah, and there's also another funny scene in it. I'm just basically telling you guys the whole movie. Bro, my
It's
phone, shut
okay.
up. There's these three kids playing in a sandbox. All three of them look too old to be in a sandbox, but you know, whatever, right? And the tank kind of pops over the hill, and all the kids see this tank. I know, like, not everybody's a big historian or whatever, but like, if you
Mm-hmm.
see a tiger tank, you're like, oh, something's weird there, because everybody knows
Yeah.
that it's like the big bad German tank. Everybody knows
Yes,
that. And
sir.
everybody knows there's like one of them that actually functions in the world. Everybody knows that. And these kids are just chilling here, and they're like, "Oh look, a tank!" As it's coming straight towards them with a bunch of zombies all around it. They just sit there, and the tank just steamrolls them, just runs right over them, just flattens them
Oh
out.
It's
look,
so dumb.
I
at
mean,
the
it doesn't
end.
actually show the kids getting run over. You know what I mean? Like the blood and guts and everything.
Yeah, I get that rated as NC-17.
It just cuts right before they get run over, and they scream, and you can hear the sounds and all that. It's hilarious, dude. It really reminds me of like the way like the blood and everything is like handled. You know, I'm sure you guys have watched Hansel and Gretel, right? With Jeremy
Watched it?
Renner in it. With Jeremy Renner.
I don't think so. I didn't realize Jeremy
Dude,
Renner did a Hansel and
Yeah,
Gretel movie.
it's not. I
Is it
don't think it's
new?
like to the books. Like I think it's a little bit different than the books, but they're Hansel and Gretel and the witch hunters and all that. Yeah, there's a lot of blood. There's a ton of blood. It's excessive,
Witch
right?
Hunters 2013? What the fuck is this?
I don't know
They
how
ha
you.
what the
We're
fuck
living
are
under
is
a
this
rock when that movie
movie?
released because that was kind of a big deal when it released.
Okay, when it released, well, let's see here. This
I don't
came
know
out in
when.
2013. I would have been in 3rd grade, so
Man, I would have been
probably
in.
went over my head.
You're what, 18?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm younger than you, and I knew about
Yeah, yeah, no.
it.
But
So
that's
like, but yeah, there's a lot of excess blood, a little bit excessive. You know what I mean?
mhm,
yeah.
mhm, mhm.
And that's how this movie is. It's
There's a funny orc-looking guy in it.
yeah. That dude's a Chad, bro. He's dumb as a rock, but he's a Chad.
I mean, he's got that chin.
Yeah, he's got that chin, man. Oh yeah, look at the picture I put in general. That's actually the tiger tank. Like you gotta admit, like that looks pretty good
Yes,
for
sir.
a movie that sounds like the most low budget movie of all time. Like that looks really good.
They did.
So like I'm telling you, like this sounds like the dumbest movie ever, but it's actually a really good watch. And I do highly recommend it. It's pretty funny. Oh yeah, here's this. Oh yeah, the lady zombie ends up getting killed at the end of it. Unfortunately, ends up getting hit by like a tank or something. The tank runs her over.
Damn. You
Oh
you
yeah,
sad you weren't you missing out on that Zussi?
man, like that zombie was like hilarious, man. Like it puked in the car, right? And then it picked the puke up. Like, it picked a big handful of it, and they looked back there at it, and it was just eating it, just eating its own puke. And then they put like, zombie was just funny. And there's the doctor zombie that like attaches the other.
Uh-huh.
Okay, like the arms essentially get mismatched. The zombies find the other guy's arm and attach it to the big Giga Chad zombie dude. And the human dude gets the Giga Chad zombie dude's arm. They literally just swap places. That's the doctor zombie, man. I gotta
Doctor
admit,
Zombie.
like the image is like 240p, but like for what sounds like the world's like, it sounds like a movie that would take $20 to make. Like the makeup, everything's done pretty well. Like this is a surprisingly high quality movie. It's kind of concerning.
That's a ridiculous movie.
Dude,
Dude,
it's the dumbest thing you've ever seen. Alright, here's a picture of
I
wait, no, this
saw
isn't that
well
movie,
and
is
good.
it?
But Red,
Huh.
do you think that's a parallel universe?
Man, if it is, I want to be that dude with a zombie arm.
I think it is like
It's gotta be.
not.
Dude, imagine trying to like finger a girl with like a jacked ass arm like that, and you just like
Yeah, just
kill
like
her.
rip in half.
Bruh.
Oh, dude, you wanna know? Okay, you think the eating puke is disgusting? You wanna know the most disgusting part of the entire movie that absolutely got me, dude? Like, this is awful. At the okay, you know how he killed his girlfriend, right? With axe to the neck.
Yeah,
And you know how
accidentally.
he can yeah, accidentally. You know how he can res the dead, right?
Uh huh.
At the very end of this movie, this dude goes to the grave where his girlfriend is buried, revives
No
her,
way.
revives her, kind of because like he has to do a little bit of a thing to kind of convince the zombies to kind of chill with him. You know what I mean? Does his little thing. She chills with him. They start making out. Then they get in the back of the car, and you can figure out the rest. I kid you not.
He fucked a zombie.
Yeah, I'm not even joking, dude. Like, thank God it doesn't actually show like everything. You know what I mean? It just
No,
shows
is
like
he
the car shaking,
a
and then like,
former Marine or something?
nah, he's just some like Norwegian dude. I don't know. He's just some random dude, man. But like,
Monster
it.
High.
Oh yeah, yeah. I do highly recommend if you're bored and you want something pretty funny to watch, watch it because you won't be feeling like you're watching the most low quality movie ever, and you know nobody wants to watch a low quality movie.
Oh
It just
yeah.
feels wrong. You don't feel like that. It just feels like you're watching something from like a comedy channel. But it's not gonna feel like just a straight up comedy where it's just non-stop stupid crap. There's enough serious to it, kind of even it out. Oh yeah, there's a zombie that's about to beat that guy's skull in with a cup, or a goblet rather. I think is the correct term to use. This man, this absolute Chad, just walks in there, looks like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and just beats this dude to death and then kills the woman too. Don't know how they kill her though. I think they hit her with a goblet too. It's been so long since I've watched it though that it could be a little bit wrong. I know they beat somebody to death with a hammer. Like, it's just the most abstract stuff ever, man.
Oh,
And the
other
funny part,
parallel universes are like this.
yeah,
That was really interesting. Like
we actually
very
found this
intense.
movie on complete accident too. Greatest accident ever happened. That's just, man, it's such a funny, stupid movie. Okay, who remembers Sharknado?
I remember Sharknado.
Oh,
I
dude,
never watched it, but I remember it, and they made like 8 movies of it.
I tried to watch one of them. That was the funniest
Sharknado?
stuff ever. Sharknado. Okay. There's this. I don't know how Pakistan TV works, but do you have a sci-fi channel over there? It's like literally sci-fi channel. Little.
No, the best thing we had was Nat Geographic.
We're over here in America, right? I don't know if we still have it. I haven't watched TV in literal like years, but there's a channel. It's called Sci-Fi Channel, right? And they would
Okay.
show kind of somewhat pirate movies like Star Trek. Like their thing was science fiction. Go figure. But they somehow got the money. Well, I mean, I don't really. I can kind of figure they're so low budget, but they made their own movies, right? They decided to make the world's best movie called Sharknado. It is exactly what it sounds like. There's a tornado that is throwing sharks everywhere, and these sharks are eating people. Don't ask me how they're living for that long enough to cause a whole big world thing, but they did, and they're eating people, right? I kid you not, they made 8 different versions of those movies. At least 8. And one, I don't remember one scene, but one scene that really sticks out to me, right? There's some blonde chick. She ends up getting her hand cut off. Of course, having the most high quality CGI and animation you've ever seen in your entire life. Of course. Don't ask me how this works, but like, there's a buzz saw or a circular saw. I'm sure everybody here knows what that is. Laying there, right? And she's sitting there with like a stub. Don't ask me how she did it. She somehow surgically put that buzz saw on her hand, and it worked. Like she could control like it on and off without like her other hand. Like she could just like with her mind or whatever, and she had a circular saw for a hand, and she would go outside and his sharks would fall. She would use a circular saw to cut him in half.
Do what?
But
I just got back.
Dog, you know Sharknado, Dog?
Yeah. Oh,
Remember those?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're
Shark-
talking about those
Dude,
movies.
Sharknado is an amazing movie, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
That
Like,
great white
true,
fights through the
hey,
air, gets a chainsaw, saws it in
yeah,
half.
yeah. It's like a dolphin dive into it and cuts it in half or something like that. It's the dumbest movies I've ever seen. I've never
Dude,
watched a full one.
the-
Like that's the high quality movies.
Have you seen? There's like 4 of those movies too.
There's
Like
more than. Isn't there like 8?
Oh, I don't know. Let me look
Let me,
it up,
let me actually get a number.
or you can look it up. Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, you
Man,
look.
I miss those. I honestly kind of. There's 6 of them. Guess when the last one was made, you guys? It's like
2021.
2020. Okay, Dog says 2021. What you? When do you think the last one was made? Interesting. Bardo.
Nice opinion. Nice opinion.
Dude, I feel like the last one was made a couple of months ago.
Okay, the last one was made in 2018.
Damn.
And that one was the last shark. Dude, they knew the meme of how like there's having too many. Kid you not, the name of this movie is The Last Sharknado. It's about time. They literally knew that there was like they had to be intentionally doing that.
How many of them was there? What was that?
6.
6. Okay.
They made one every single year since 2013 up to 2018. Oh wait a minute! No, they made 2. They literally made 2 Sharknadoes in 2015. My bad. So we got one 2013. It was
2 in
the
1
world's
year.
best first one. Then we have Sharknado 2 in 2014. Then we got Sharknado Feeding Frenzy 2015. Sharknado 3, Oh Hell No, 2015.
Oh hell
what's this
no.
one? Yeah. Sharknado 4, The Fourth Awakens, 2016. Sharknado 5, Global Swarming, 2017. And then the last Sharknado, It's About Time. Metal, if you can find these movies, I highly recommend watching these. These put
Dude,
the absolute greatest movies ever. So
Dude.
high quality, man.
I'm so stoked.
I really want to show you some of the, like, oh yeah, here's a perfect, like, example of, this is the newest one too, by the way, so like, this is the most high-tech CGI you've ever seen. Like, in general, it doesn't get any better than that CGI right there, man.
Bro.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
That's so real.
Oh, that's great.
What? I know, right?
Why
Here's
is
another
there
one.
T-Rex?
I don't know, man. Look at that one. Space
Sharks
shark.
in space.
Wait a minute. Don't tell me this that there's a Sharknado 6. Don't tell me that. No. Okay. I don't know how much legitimacy this has actually, but there is a rumored Sharknado 6, and that is a picture from it. The shark in space. If there's a 6th one, we're watching it together. All 4 of us.
Yeah.
We're watching. We gotta.
Sharknado 6.
I don't know what the world's gonna be called, but it's probably gonna be some awesome name, just like the rest of them. Because they're like I feel like Sharknadoes
So
are definitely an
ridiculous.
alternate universe. Like
Oh yeah.
hands down.
Dude,
gotta
imagine being in the Sharknado universe. How would you even survive?
Man, I do like that one dude. I just get a chainsaw, man, stand on top of cars, and as they come falling down on me, just right in half. Like an absolute pimp. Or like that one lady, just cut my hand off and glue it to a circular saw, and then that'll work.
I think I would just like sit in my basement.
Man, you wouldn't be out there killing the sharks.
I'd be like shooting them as they're falling down, like skeet shoot.
Oh my god, just keep shooting sharks.
Dude, new national
Oh
pass.
my god, there's the greatest gif I've ever seen in my entire life. It's a Sharknado gif. Just jumps out of a
So
helicopter, sucker punches. Man literally jumps out of a helicopter
Hell
and
yeah.
sucker punches a flaming shark. That is awesome.
That movie's
Bam.
in winter.
Let's see what other gold ones I can find. That's awesome, dude. That is hardcore, man.
Don't you think we had like a very very big detour?
To what now?
Detour, you said?
Detour. Yes, sir.
It just became started from parallel universes, went into movie review.
Man, it's okay. It's literally
Okay,
happens every time. We end up going to some random like crap, man. Literally every single time.
That's what happens. When
The
you
only
have
one
a
we've ever
conversation.
actually stayed on par with was the subreddits. That was literally the only one.
Yeah, I still have not even watched that one,
Dude,
and I edited it.
You edited it, didn't even watch.
No,
Look at,
dude, I just skipped around to the timestamps y'all gave me.
It's so
I was
fucking
confused.
Dude, it's cursed.
He's got
Yeah.
balls of
The
steel.
Dude, those
Dude,
images y'all gave me. What?
Okay.
What?
I
the
actually haven't
world?
watched it myself either. But I literally haven't watched this. I actually sat there and watched a single one of your podcasts. Well, listened to one of your podcasts. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
got demand. Like,
I figured Sharknado's budget went down the more movies they made.
Dude, what is this? I didn't know they had like laser eyes. This
Yeah.
movie keeps getting better and better, man. First, we got a dude jumping out of a helicopter and second punching a flaming shark. Then we got Magic Mike just like destroying that one shark. And then we got some blonde. By the way, that's the chick with the circular saw hand, just laser beaming people with her eyes.
Was that like
Bro.
1863?
I have no idea, man. Like those movies confuse me. Their
Dude,
timelines all over the place.
the first movie, like, besides the Sharknado part, made, like, sort of, like, like, a fraction of sense. I think, like, after that first one, it went down the drain.
Dude, it went down the drain since they just started filming the first one, man. Like, they're just like they had to know everything they was making in these movies was just so stupid. That had to be the reason they was making it. 'Cause everybody wants to watch Sharknado because it's the dumbest thing you've ever seen in your entire life. Like, you cannot tell me you don't want to see a dude jump out of a helicopter, sucker punching a flaming shark. Like, that's just great, man.
I'll watch it over and over again.
Yeah, I'm just like sitting here just looking at this GIF over and over and over, man. Just awesomeness. The CGI on 2, I get. Man.
So cool, bro.
I know, right? The Magic Mike. It's the Magic Mike one for me, though. That one's got to take the cake. That's hilarious. Do you see that one, Dog?
Does anyone
See
have
which
watched
one?
Doctor Who?
Go to General and just
Balls
look
of
at the gifs.
steel, dude.
Yeah,
Balls of steel.
no, I haven't seen that one.
You're missing out, man.
No. Does anyone have watched Doctor Who?
No.
No, that looks like the most confused stuff I've ever seen in my entire life. Not gonna lie.
The original or the new one? I haven't seen either, but which one are you talking about?
Like both, you know.
Oh,
I mean,
I don't know. I'm familiar with like the Daleks or whatever, but like,
dude, it's also movie with like, you know, concept of a parallel universe.
Oh,
You know,
it's like their entire thing is just doing parallel universes.
Oh yeah, it's you know, the doctor, the good doctor. He's a
Oh,
time
good
travel,
doctor.
you know.
I hate that show.
He's from like another planet, not from like planet Earth. He- I can't remember the name of that planet. So basically, that planet is like the planet of lords. You know, it's a British movie, so you know. So they have all the lords. You know, they have on that planet. So he's a time traveler. He just travel around the wormholes to other worlds. You know, fight fight bad guys.
Sounds like a Marvel thing.
This is the whole plot of yeah.
Is it actually
What's a
Marvel?
wormhole?
Man,
Don't you
have
know
you guys
about
seen the
wormhole?
She-Hulk stuff? Have you guys seen that stuff?
Oh,
Oh my
it's
god! Yeah, the
No,
one scene where she's like
I don't mind
working.
more
Yeah, that
garbage.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
It's
Oh
more
my
garbage.
god, they've completely ruined She-Hulk, man.
I didn't know she was a thing before that
work.
movie. I haven't
Yeah,
watched it.
there's never been a movie with She-Hulk, Dog. It's the
But
whole
I know,
thing,
but I
man.
didn't know. Was it thing
Nobody
before?
here has watched. Yes.
It's like
She-Hulk's been around for like ages, man.
go woke and go broke.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that movie. I haven't watched all that. Isn't like a series.
Yeah, I don't watch
I'm
Marvel or
pretty sure.
Oh,
I only watch
Let me
Smash.
put it. Let me give you in a nutshell, dog. Okay. Let me like
No, I'm
run through
good.
it. Some chick, I don't know how she has a Hulk or whatever, but she doesn't want to be a Hulk. She's a lawyer because it's called She-Hulk Attorney at Law, and on one specific scene basically sums it up perfectly. She's talking to a client, and they get all excited and whatnot, and they start dancing to Megan Thee Stallion, and she starts twerking and all that kind of crap.
I
Yeah,
remember.
I've
She's like,
seen
and
that.
she like,
It's
yeah,
just, it's just
Yeah.
even more confusing to me.
Well, I mean that's like the whole series, man.
yeah,
Like literally
forget
nobody
about
likes it.
She-Hulk.
It's a huge
Okay.
fail. It's a huge fail.
That's crazy.
There's also another movie I can recall with like parallel universe stuff, and that
Mhm.
is Another Earth. I mean,
Yes, I've heard that one.
I haven't watched it, I just like read about it.
Mhm.
So it's basically, two Earth coincide, but it's against laws of parallel universe. Do you guys know about the double slit experiment
Against the wall.
of parallel universe? It's just theory, like theory. In
Yeah.
theory, the two worlds don't coincide or cross each other path. Okay, have you read about the double slit experiment in your physics lessons in school? Do you
I'm gonna be,
remember?
I'll be straight with you, man. I've literally never taken
I'm pretty
physics.
sure. I'm pretty sure you guys did, but you don't just remember it because you're kids.
Don't remember what.
Hey, Bardo, did you take
So,
physics?
not.
Yeah, no, we don't take physics here. Man, that's not a
I
really.
have it next semester. Hey, Bar, what
What?
grade are you in?
Graduated.
He did not grade.
You never took
Yeah,
physics? How did you never
double
take
slit
physics? What?
experiment is
I don't know.
Well,
I always every year I took something relating to biology.
that's
I'm taking the other way.
Dude,
I could take marine biology or physics. So I'm taking physics.
dude, biology is so easy though. Like we had like agri-science, ag bio, wildland, and game management.
Oh, you also live. Where do you live? Wisconsin. So it's just,
Wisconsin,
Yes,
not Wisconsin. Jesus Christ.
Wisconsin.
Wet
That's probably
Wisconsin.
why.
damn. Oh, I'll be right
Like
back.
one of my classes was like the activity for field and game management was literally making like a duck decoy.
That sounds kind of fun, not
And
gonna lie.
like is making we had like three like I guess arts and crafts projects that we did. It was like duck decoy. If you shot a deer that year and you wanted to get the antlers mounted, you could do that. And
Do
also,
what?
if you were to shoot a square, like go like small game hunting and like, get a squirrel or something, you could make taxidermy of that as well. As literally one of our classes.
That's base.
Wait, repeat that because I wanted to close my door because it magically
it,
opens.
Okay,
Magic.
so for this class that we have had at my school, well, we still have it, but it's called Field and Game Management. And in that class, there's like 3 different activities throughout it. And the first one that you can
mm-hmm.
do is making a duck, like a duck decoy for duck hunting. Another one you can do is if you went hunting that year for deer and you managed to like, get a deer with like a nice like antlers or something, could make it like an antler display and get them mounted. I mean, and then the other one you could do is if you went small game hunting or something like that, and you got a squirrel, you can make taxidermy with the squirrel as well. I think another class did taxidermy for like fish if you catch fish, but that's what happens when you have like
What did it
a rural school.
That sounds like such a cool class to do. Wish that was at my school, but well, my school
You
is
just
like
gotta
it's in a
get
city,
away from
so
any
yeah.
city. Yeah, get away from like any like a town of no more than like 20,000, and you're good to go.
You want to like experience boredom?
No,
Be homeschooled. You'll be bored, man.
it'd be easy. Just don't do
Man,
anything.
it
Yeah,
is easy. I'll be straight up with you. It's
yeah.
well, I
You
mean,
think
it
you're
kind of
so
depends on what
smart because you
it
can
does
do
depend. It
easy
depends
work.
on what you do. it kind of depends on what you do, right? Like the normal subject's easy, right? But
Uh-huh.
if you do like I tried, you have to do electives, right? Everybody knows this. One of my electives I had to do was HTML coding. Oh my god, dude.
Sounds pretty easy.
That is on another level because, right, you only have so much time to do the classes and stuff, right? Or
Uh-huh.
start to become overdue, and you start falling behind, just like any other school. But here's the
Right.
thing: you have significantly less time.
How
Like
much time do you get?
significantly less. I don't know. All I know is I was trying to get it done in a week's time, which is
Wh-
mission impossible, dude.
Well, no, how much time did you have?
I don't know, man.
How do you
I
not
don't
remember?
know.
It was like
Dude, I literally don't
4 months
care
ago.
about that school. I got out of school, and do you think I'm still thinking about it? No, I'm done
Well,
with that. But I
you would
tried to
think if you
the way
stay at
that they do
school
their
for
courses,
6.
right?
What?
Is they try to put as much stuff in it as possible, as quickly as possible, right?
Right.
So and they forget to put stuff in. Like it's terrible, man. It is so bad. Like you have there's so much stuff you have to learn insanely quick, and you should be good at it, or you fail the test. And if you fail so many tests, then you basically have an option to switch your elective. You can't retake tests. Well, I think you can retake them once. If you fail, then you fail.
Yeah,
And if you don't end up finishing with enough credits, then you have to,
that's
really
easy.
get another elective.
Dude, my
Well,
school, you
well,
fail,
dude,
you repeat the entire
you say that
grades.
easy, but if you have a
Dude.
week to finish HTML coding, you will literally have a stroke.
Dude, we
It is not easy. Everything else is easy, but if you pick a hard elective, it is actually hard. That is literally the only hard part of the entire classes.
yeah,
The
that
electives.
oh my.
I kid you not, you
If you
can
pick a hard class,
literally
it'll
go
be
through,
hard. No shit.
literally go through the entire school year more or less using Google, getting all your answers to tests and stuff. But on their electives, well, I don't know about some of them, but at least the ones I took, you cannot do that. There's no way. Here's the funny part: is on the HTML coding, right?
Right.
They'd ask you to code this and then submit the code. They want to see your code, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had a great idea because I didn't know how to do it at all. So let's just go to Google and get off Quizlet. It's exactly what I did.
Yeah, it's not a
I
good
copied
idea.
and pasted it. Yeah, it was not a good idea. They found it and it's like, you know what? This seems awfully familiar from this answer on Quizlet. And they got me for plagiarism on that one and made me retake it.
Yeah, it's kind of
Although,
your fault because you built stupid.
what weirds me out though, what if that was right? What if that was right and I
Okay.
typed all that out?
So
How would they know the difference?
here's what you do. You do that, but you copy it, right? But you change the wording and mix and match the words or anything.
If
You
that's
get
HTML
synonyms and
coding,
stuff.
if it's HTML coding, you can't really do
You,
that.
you can rephrase everything.
Yeah, you can but they literally, the way that they do it, they want specific words and specific images. They want it specific.
Then do it to say. Don't take the class.
Yeah, never don't take HTML coding on Pit Foster. Unless you have, really, if you don't,
Unless you
are
know
not
how to do it, don't do it. It's
unless
some
you
of that.
have a head start on it, then don't do it. Or unless you really, 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 really want to do it, then you can probably look and observe the information. But I couldn't. It wasn't my cup of tea. Metal basically taught me everything I know. He taught me way more than I ever could.
Yeah.
As absolute base. He's the only reason I made it through there. If it wasn't for him, I would. Oh my god.
I thought you dropped the class.
No, I will see. I was going to, right? I was gonna say, you know what? This is just not for me. I'm gonna just switch, right?
Right.
But there's because they told me I could. And then I went to do that, and I couldn't
That's tough.
because I had completed 2 already, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was on HTML coding, and I did not think I could pass the last one, right? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just switch it out. It's whatever. I was like, okay, here's what you do. You can't switch out the whole elective. You can only switch out 2. Well, technically it's 5 electives. You can only switch out 4. You can only switch out 2 because you haven't done anything to them. If you literally make an ounce of progress on one of them, or you do one test, you gotta finish it.
Okay, well, finish what you started then. You also
Dude,
want to say revolutionary.
use your brain for 15 seconds, okay? If you had a really hard time and you barely passed that test, right?
Right.
And then you're like, you know what, this is too hard, I don't want to deal with this, I don't have the time, I need to finish, I need to get done. That's tough titties. You have to finish it.
Yeah, that's like normal school, public school.
Dude, homeschool is nothing like
It's-
public school. Like I kid, like it's a whole
Yeah,
different
it's a
like
lot
they
easier.
literally tell you you can switch them all out, right? They tell you you can, but you can't. They literally lie to you. You see what I mean? Like
yeah.
so, yeah. If you're in foster, do not do HTML coding unless you really, really want to do it, or you already know someone about it and it's gonna be easy. Or if you have a good chat like Metal, that can help you with literally all of it.
Okay.
It's 10:04, boys, and I gotta go. So,
All right.
so we're gonna end it.
I guess.
Alright, who's gonna close?
I don't know who started.
Metal.
Dawg.
Dog, you can close it this time. Remember to cut this part out. Dog, you just close it. If you
Okay,
can't, then
Dawg.
Bardo, you close it.
I'm gonna close it, but you have to give dad advice.
Yeah, you give us that advice at the end. Just hurry up because I do need to
I
go.
don't have any dad advice other
Okay, then
than.
Bardo, I don't have time for this. I've gotta go.
Alright. Love
That
you
is
all, guys. We hope you have a nice night. Everyone, stay hi to your family. Make sure they're doing good.
Okay, that's enough. Goodbye. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Okay, who's gonna have the dad
Promise
advice?
good night.
Goodbye.
Metal, give us some dad advice. Some hardcore dad advice.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
please always remember the speed limit is 8 stations, so going through that, red light.
Remember,
Wait.
no cop, no stop.
Exactly.
Good night.